Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 Questions with Emmy.
Hey guys, welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy. Today I'm talking with Shawn Carrie Bradley. Shawn is one of the tallest players in NBA history. He's played for NBA 12 years. He got hit by a car last year on his bike and is paralyzed. He and Carrie have 9 children combined. Thank you so much for talking with me today, you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Should we get started with the questions?
Absolutely.
Do we dare?
You'll be nice on us, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'd love to.
They're not too hard.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Question number 1. What was the best and worst part of playing basketball for your job?
The best and worst part?
Yeah.
So I loved being able to live a dream by playing basketball for a job. And it was wonderful to be able to do that and to go out and to play against guys like Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing and Shaquille O'Neal and Charles, all these guys that I played against for so many years that I'd grown up watching. It was a dream come true to be able to play. One of the difficult things was all the travel that we had to do. We were away from the family a lot. And that was tough at times, but you know, we made the best of it.
Question number 2. Do you have a favorite memory playing basketball?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I have so many memories playing basketball, so many memories. But one of the first memories I had is I was with Philadelphia and we were playing against the Chicago Bulls, and the star of the whole world of basketball, Michael Jordan, was playing against me.
Have you ever heard of him? Okay.
So I got a rebound and passed it down to my guards, and I was following the play, and Michael Jordan stole the ball, and he was going down to the basket that I was trying to defend. And I'm like, oh dear, I'm a rookie. Jordan's a massive all-star and the best player ever. And he's probably going to try to come down and dunk on my head. And I didn't want that to happen. So I tried to cut him off before he got to the basket, and my knee hit his hip, and it made him fall on the ground and screech all over the floor. And the entire stadium of 20,000 people started booing me as if I'd killed Michael Jordan. And so even though I got called for a foul, it was kind of a fun memory because he got up and we, said sorry and that kind of thing. But it was a fun memory for me at the very beginning. I almost took him out, and the whole stadium, I thought I'd feared for my life for a minute because I'd taken their superstar away.
Yikes.
Question number 3. How did you guys meet, and was it love at first sight?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm going to turn that to you, honey.
So it's kind of crazy. We met at a basketball game originally. Funny, huh? But it was a girls' high school game. And that's kind of where we met. Some friends had introduced us. And then we didn't talk to each other or see each other again for 6 whole months. And then all of a sudden one day, I was teaching at an elementary school, and I came home, I was mowing my lawn, and we needed to go to the grocery store. So we went to the grocery store, and I took Max that you met. And all of a sudden, there was a really big guy standing in the doorway. You take it from there.
Well, I needed to go to the grocery store that night as well. And again, Carrie and I hadn't talked for 6 or 7 months. We'd only met each other at a brief handshake. And so I saw her walking into the store, and I thought, wow, now's an opportunity. I can talk to her for a little bit longer than a hi goodbye. So I was waiting by the shopping carts. And she comes halfway from her car to the store and turns around and walks away. And I thought, oh, she didn't want to talk to me. So I was sitting there wondering what's going on, but I watched her go back to her car and she wasn't leaving. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just stick around and see what happens. So she comes back eventually, and I said, it's Carrie, right? And I remembered her name, and I'm terrible with names. So I remembered her name, and we talked for a couple of hours right by the shopping carts. The whole time Max had the shopping cart taking the list around the store, getting the groceries for his mom.
He was your age. Do you think you would have done the grocery list?
Probably not.
Exactly. He now looks at us and says, oh, I should have taken advantage. I could have gotten anything. But I had forgotten my credit card, and so I had to go out to the car to get the credit card, and he thought I was just dodging him. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So love at first sight, I don't know if it was love at first sight, but we sure really were intrigued with each other, and I made sure we ran into each other the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and then we started seeing each other more Seriously.
So we saw each other every day. And you know what's funny? That same grocery store, when we got married, gave us a reception. So for all our family and friends, they closed off part of the store and they catered some food, and
It was wonderful.
it was kind of neat. Isn't that cute?
How did they know?
Because we kept in contact with them. Because you know what? Our little secret, every night for the next probably 6 months, we would sneak out to the store. And so he would need to go get toothpaste or I'd need to get orange juice, and would run into each other, would not accidentally bump into each other at the grocery store. So I think the store kind of picked up that we kind of liked each other. And then
Pretty quick.
And they decided, Max and this grocery store both decided they were the reason why we met.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned since Shawn was hit by a car?
Oh, that's a really good question. Honestly, I think it'd be to be kind to people, because you never know what someone's going through, first of all. And, you know, sometimes it's visible, like being in a wheelchair. You look at someone in a wheelchair and say, oh, that's not fun. But sometimes you can't see the visible if someone's having a hard day, right? So I think it's to be kind to people and just smile at everybody, and I think you do that really, really well. And it makes someone happy because you don't know what they're going through. So I think it's to be kind.
I think I've learned, along with what Carrie said about being kind, I've learned patience. Patience with people and patience with myself. I used to be able to run and jump and play professional basketball, and now, you know, from my shoulders down, my body doesn't work. And I have to be patient with my new life now. And I also have to be patient with people around me, because they don't exactly know what we're going through either. And so I'm in many, many other things that we've learned, but I think that's probably at the top of my list right now.
Question number 5. Have you ever both been to Idaho and tried our famous potatoes?
That was
Absolutely.
our first trip together, was to Idaho. Can you
Yeah.
believe it? It is so pretty. So maybe we passed you on the road. Wouldn't that have been crazy?
Maybe. When did you go?
Let's see. Oh my goodness, how many years? It's probably 6 years ago. That would have been so crazy if we'd run into each other, huh?
Yeah, maybe we did, just we don't remember.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe it was just getting us ready to meet today.
You have to tell her about our neighbors.
Oh, one of our neighbors across the street, they just moved, but they're from Idaho, so they would come down and bring us big boxes of potatoes because they were potato farmers. So at Christmas, we got to see them again, and they came and gave us another big box of potatoes. So we love potatoes, and we love Idaho, and we love everybody that comes from Idaho, because everybody we've met from Idaho has been fantastic.
It's wonderful.
Question number 6. Was there ever a time you had to stand up for your beliefs while playing basketball?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Wow, yeah, many times. A lot of the times after a game, my teammates would want to go get some food or drinks at a bar or a place that's really, really bad that we would never want to go in. And they would put a lot of pressure on me to go, and I would never do that. I would never go to one of those places that we wouldn't go into. But I remember one time we were on a flight, and the team called a mandatory team meeting. So as soon as we were going to land the plane, we were going to go to dinner at this place, and it was a place that it was really bad, a really bad place. And I told them, I said, no, I'm not going to go there. That's not a place that I want to go. I can go to a different place, and we'll have a team meeting there. But they said they were going to fine me a lot of money. And I said, well, I'm not going to compromise my beliefs by going into that type of place. And so they said, well, okay, we'll send you the fine in the mail. And so I was the only player on the team that didn't go. But you know what was really cool? They ended up not fining me. I stood up for my beliefs, and it worked out.
Do you know what that means, to fine someone?
No.
It means they charge him a lot of money. So it's like basically giving him a ticket that he has to pay.
Oh, yeah.
If you were able to walk again for one day, what would you do during that day?
Emmy, I'll tell you what, that question made me cry the first time I read it. Because this whole circumstance is really really new for us. Even though it's been a year and a half, it's still pretty fresh and pretty new. I think one of the first things I would do if I could walk again is put Carrie on my shoulders. Because that's one of the things that we used to do a lot of. in the pool, when we were in the airport, at the parades. She would sit on my shoulders, and then she could see everyone and everything. That's one of the first things I would do. I would grab the family and we'd go to the lake and ride the boat and water ski. We would probably go on a jog and go on a run. I would want to go to the temple with my family, be able to walk and not have to use the ramps and the special rooms. I mean, we can do that now, it's just not as easy. I would probably stand up and walk all day long, you know, and never sit down, except for when I was in a boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be precious to be able to do something like that.
Okay, now I have a couple bonus questions.
Ooh,
Bonus.
lucky. We
I
love
don't know.
bonus. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, so what size shoe do you wear?
Wait, we have to let her guess.
Yep.
You got to guess this one.
I don't know.
What's that?
So say, what size does Dad wear?
10.
A 10. Okay, so if Dad wears a 10, what size do you think Shawn's is?
Probably an 11.
Ooh, a little higher.
Yeah, maybe a little more.
14?
How old are young men when they get to go on missions now?
18?
You're right on.
Crazy, huh?
That's big.
Yeah. Size 18, yep. And strangely enough, there's people in the NBA that I played with that had feet that were bigger, but they weren't taller.
There's one that wore a 21.
Yeah,
How tall are you?
7 feet 6 inches.
How tall were you when you were a baby?
Really big.
Well, I was always head and shoulders above the people that were my age.
Tell her who you had to play with when you were her age.
I had to play with the people in 6th and 7th grade
Because he was so big.
because I was their size. And when I played with kids my age, I was just so much bigger, I kind of hurt them. I didn't mean to. But I was just a kid.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah. I'm not as tall as probably you were when you were my age.
Not very many people are, hon.
We just found a picture of him when he was in kindergarten, and Grandma sent it. He was sitting on his grandpa's lap,
That's right, yeah.
and he looked like he was in junior high, and we thought she was kidding, and we looked at the date, and he was 5 years old. We just kept inspecting it over and over.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy?
That's kind of crazy.
Which means when I'm on his shoulders, that makes us 14 feet high.
Very, very
It's
tall.
terrifying. I used to have to stand on the couch to give him hugs, or the back of the truck to reach his neck to give him a hug or a kiss.
Yep. Or I
You
could
don't
just,
anymore.
I know, it makes it a little easier. Isn't that nice of him?
Except it's kind of sad.
It is sad. Would much rather stand on a couch or a truck, but don't tell anyone because that's probably not the safest.
What do you each want to be remembered for?
Ooh, legacy question.
wow, I think you should take that one first.
I think about this question all the time because I have kids and I want my kids to remember something good about me. So I want everybody to smile when they remember. I want them to be happy and feel that. You know how when you're really, really excited and really happy and you have that kind of silly butterflies in your tummy and you just want to smile? That's how I want people to remember me. I want them to do something good for another and just be happy.
Awesome. She lives her life to be that too. It's amazing. You know, as I thought about that question, my father passed away a few years ago, and I loved him. He was a great man, and we remember him as being a kind and gentle, but strong man, and someone that had a really deep testimony of the gospel. And for me, I would love to be remembered like that. Someone who was kind, who was gentle, who tried to be nice to others, and who believed in God and lived the testimony that I had.
Was your dad as tall as you?
Nope. We were the same height when I was in 8th grade, but I got a lot taller than him.
Where'd you get your tallness from?
That's a good question.
So he was 6'8", so he was really tall, but he was about a foot shorter than me. And then my mom was about 6 feet tall, so she was a foot and a half shorter than me. So my grandpas were both tall, and
his grandma was tiny. She was
Yeah.
way shorter than me.
Yeah, she was a little German lady but you didn't mess with her.
Can you both share a piece of advice that might help me in my life?
Ooh, that's a good one. Just in anything in your life?
Yeah, anything.
You know what? I have to go back to, we call it Candyland where I live because it's just a happy place. You need to keep doing what you love and just smiling, because when you walked through that door, I felt your love for people, and you're an amazing, talented person. And you know what? You're so super smart too. I feel like you're super smart because you care about people. You care about them enough to talk to them and to find out about them. And that makes other people feel important too. So I think you should definitely keep being you.
Yeah, it's very important. There's going to be people throughout your entire life that love you and that don't love you for the same reason. And that might be kind of deep right now, but there's people that like you or like what you've done when they probably shouldn't, and there's people that hate what you've done when they probably shouldn't. So they're all over the place in these things, and what I would encourage you to do is be strong in yourself. You know, be confident in who you are and not worry about what other people think about you. Because the people that love you when they shouldn't can make you have a big head and arrogant, and you can believe in the hype, and it can pull you down. Or they can pull you down by the negative and mean comments. So be confident in who you are, work very hard, be confident in who you are, and not worry about what other people think about you. And then follow Carrie's advice and be kind.
Can we ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Or do you
I want to be
know?
a reporter.
So you do, you want to keep
Either
doing this?
a reporter, and if I can't be a reporter, I want to be an actor. Or a
Really?
singer.
Oh,
Wow.
see, you can do anything.
Huge goal.
I
That's
cannot
amazing.
wait to see what you
And
end
a
up doing.
dancer, so I can do all of it in one. 'Cause
Really? That'd be
acting involves
amazing.
singing and dancing.
Absolutely, and then report on the side. You can do
I can
all of it.
ask questions to my other actors.
Absolutely. See, you have
Why
such
not?
a talent.
And also I want to be a mom.
You do. Oh, that's the best job in the world. That's my favorite job.
I got a present for you guys.
Really?
Oh, that's nice. Thank
Do we
you.
get to open it now?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
open it.
fun.
So, there's a thank you card in there.
Oh my goodness. Should we read this?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Dear Carrie and Shawn, thank you so much for letting me interview you. It was so fun. You guys are so nice. Love, Emmy. And all my favorite hearts and happies.
faces.
See? Doesn't it make you feel good to put smiles on people's faces?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Can we save this forever and ever?
Yes.
So excited.
Okay, and then there's 7 questions. 7 questions.
What? With your name on it
perfect.
too?
And then
favorite.
there are your keychains with your name on it. Because when I do interviews, like online with Zoom, I have a light box in the background that says their names, and so it lights up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And guess what? Blue is our favorite color in the entire universe. That is amazing. We're gonna go put those on our keys right now. It does
Oh,
light
it
up.
shows up.
Oh, that is
Thank you.
so thoughtful, Emmy. Oh, thank
That's amazing.
you.
Thank you.
And then,
And there's the treats.
oh, there's also a 7 questions business card in here.
Oh, there is. So we can email you whenever? Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing.
And then a bunch of candy. Yeah.
Okay, look
A
at
bunch
how
of
cute.
candy. So what she said.
See, and sweets is what makes everybody happy, huh? Oh, thank you. You are the sweetest in the entire world. Thank you for being our new friend.
Thanks, Emmy. You're
Hey,
wonderful.
do you promise next time you're down in St. George you'll come by and say hi?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect.
Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, new 7 questions interviews are posted every Thursday. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Love you guys. Bye.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 questions with Emmy.